changes.
What is going on, guys? Multiplayer HD here, and I am back with a different type of video. This is going to be a squad builder, and in fact it was going to be a fairly cheapish squad builder until I managed to pack myself Ter Stegen. Now before I get into showing you the players, I'm going to explain this squad is a very enjoyable squad, and it has two very unique abilities with the squad, which you may already, if you really look into the squad, you could probably already notice it. But if you're not, I'll explain it to you later on. We'll go straight into the team, and first up we have Ter Stegen. I managed to pack him earlier while I was doing a little one-to-watch pack opening, and I thought he fits this team perfectly. I'll chuck him in. He's a good goalkeeper, 6'2", 90 reflexes, 88 position, 88 diving, and also 88 kicking. A very good goalkeeper. Now we go to the right back. We have Nelson Semedo of Barcelona. Medium-high work rates. You don't see that very often. You don't see the very sort of pacey right backs have a defensive work rate. That's one thing I really like about Semedo, that he will stay back and be defensive. I know a lot of people like their fullbacks to be attacking, but I feel like this year you don't really need that as much as previous years. So the medium high is good for me. We're a 4-star skill moves, 92 pace, 77 defending, 75 physicality. You chuck yourself an anchor on him, and he gets boosted up even more in the certain areas you need to be boosted up, especially defending. You can probably see his fitness a little bit low. If you're unaware, there's a small fitness glitch right now where you don't actually need to apply fitness cards because your players start on 99 fitness anyway. So next up we have Jimenez of Atletico Madrid. He has 86 defending and 82 physicality with 69 pace. You again chuck an anchor on him, increase that pace a little bit. But the one thing I like about Jimenez is his high defensive awareness of 88. As the AI defending is not as good as previous years, you need players with good defensive awareness. That basically means AI defending. So simple as being, defensive awareness was marking, but I feel like they've taken the marking and put it into the defensive awareness, along with a few maybe little extra things behind the scenes which you can't really see, and that's one key area you need on your centre backs. Next up is actually not Stark, it's actually Jonathan Tah. I actually had a red card on my Jonathan Tah from the previous game, so I had to use Stark for one game, and I would recommend you guys don't use him. But Jonathan Tah wise, great centre back, one of my favourite centre backs, a centre back who I consider to be the cheap alternative of Van Dijk. Yes, he does not have a high defensive work rate, which is a bit of a shame, but he is 6'5". He does have a 4-star weak foot, which is very good for a centre back. Not needed, obviously not a must, but it's very good. And into his defensive abilities, the 87 stand tackle with the 93 strength. He does not get bullied off the ball at all. Next up we have my favourite left back of the entire game I've used so far, and that is Nico Schultz. High medium work rate, so he doesn't have the high defensive, but this card, no matter what, is phenomenal. With 90 pace, good dribbling, good passing, good defending, and good physicality. He's a very sort of well-rounded defender. Yes, he doesn't have the shooting, but you don't really need shooting with left backs anyway. So the good passing, the good dribbling, and the good defending is what you really need. Now for my two quote-unquote CDMs, because they're not really full out-and-out CDMs, because that's why I don't really play this formation, is using CDMs. We have Campbell and Hector Herrera. Now, if you watch my reviews, you will see that I'm not really going to go into these in too much detail because I've actually explained about them. But they're both very good, and Hector Herrera, in the position which he plays, which I'll show you in the custom tactics in a second, is one of the best I've used for that exact position. Now my two cams are Aranguiz and Fekir, and now I mentioned earlier on in the video that this team is very unique with the ability which you can change these two to any players from their respective leagues. So if you want to chuck yourself a Müller here, you can do that. If you want to chuck yourself a Goretzka here, you can do that. The same on this side. You want to chuck yourself a Griezmann here, you can do that. Any sort of central players, or any sort of players who aren't central, if you like playing them off cam, that will work too. But because of the linkage of how it works with these two in the centre midfield, partner up with the two strikers of Joao Felix and Werner, you can have a little swap wherever you want, and it does make this team very useful. Now onto the strikers, we have Werner. I've done a review of this guy, best striker in the game I've used so far. The stats speak for themselves, 65 games, 81 goals and 46 assists. This guy is just phenomenal. He scores everything you give him. He doesn't have 4-star skills, a little bit of a letdown, but he is just amazing. And partnered alongside Joao Felix, who's a little bit taller and gives a bit more of a sort of, you could say, strength option. He has 48 games with 51 goals and 33 assists. Now we're going to the custom tactics, and I play my team in a 4-1-2-1-2 second variant. And the tactics here is just balanced with 4 on depth or 3. I've been playing a little bit of 4 recently to try and push my team a little bit further upfield, and I find it's working just as well as 3. And this is a must here for anyone playing FIFA this year. Fast build up as of this moment in September is the way to go. Push your players forward as fast as you can. People are struggling to defend, so overload the box with as many players as you can. I've gone 7 just to avoid getting counter-attacked. You could go up to 9. I like to keep, one player quite far back, which is normally Rangi, as he stays quite far back, just to pick up the ball if something gets lobbed back out. Now we go into the, I'll show you by here. We go into the actual team. We have Hector Herrera. Now I'd like to mention, this again is a key area. You have to have the CDM here as a man mark on defensive behaviour to stay close to his guy. And this here, if you've not noticed, is a new tactic this year, and that is drop between defenders. So basically, when you're on the attack, he will drop back, he will sit back and act as a third centre back, right in the centre, in between Jimenez and Tar, basically turning your 4 back into a 5 back or into a 3 back, depending on if your left backs and right backs are pushing forward or if they're staying back. It's such a key tactic, and it's a very good tactic, which I especially love doing because it really puts people off. They don't see the centre mid, then it just appears out of nowhere in the defence and comes in for the tackle. Now we go on into the centre mids, and this is pretty much basic. We have Aranguiz unbalanced all the way throughout. You could have him on cover centre, but this year a lot of people attack down the wing, so I've just kept it cover wing default, and he can drop into the centre if needed. And Campbell, if I can get to him, we have balanced attacking, which sometimes can get pushed to get forward, depending on the player, because as mentioned, you could play any sort of players in these positions, but balanced attacking works. And for the attackers, we have stay forward and stick to position for the cam, and the 2 strikers on getting behind and stay forward. This again is very key. Now I could go in and show you the camera styles, but in my opinion that is all personal preference, so I'm going to send it straight into the clips, and I'll be back at the end of the video to give you a little verdict on what I like and dislike about the squad.
Stuck in my head, I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you. I can never shake you off. You're stickier than my super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you off.
So first of all, I'd like to massively apologise about how bad this looks right now, and the whole start intro area maybe being a bit too long. This is my first time doing a squad builder. The next time I have a whole different plan, a different setup, and hopefully that should work and look a lot better for you guys. But nevertheless, let's deal with what we have on the screen. And first up, you can see the strengths far outweigh the weaknesses, and we'll start with the quick passing and counter attack, because those two join in together. Quick passing, getting the ball from the CDMs, from the centre mids, passing up to attackers, quick 1-2s, sending the ball in behind for the likes of Felix and Werner. You've seen a lot of those goals. There was one when I won the ball early, 3 or 4 passes, a ball straight through the centre to Werner at feet, and I scored. And time again, you do this. That's why I have so many goals with Werner. This team breaks open opponents so easily, and people don't really expect it because the team in general doesn't look that great. It doesn't look like, wow, this team is going to destroy me. No, it's not like that. It's very undermined team, and that's why I personally like this team so much, because people don't expect you to do so well with it. Next up, we have the solid CDM. Hector Herrera does the job perfectly. He drops back into centre back when I'm on attack, and then when the opponents start attacking, he wins the ball back. You've seen him do it 3 or 4 times in those clips. Win the ball back and started off the counter attack. Consistently, he does it time and time again. He's the hidden gem in my team. He doesn't look like it. If I showed you his stats, he's probably got about 4 goals in about 60-70 games. And you think, that's awful. Why do you want that? He does the job. He does what I ask him to do, and I know he's doing the job. That's what's important. And my last 2 strengths kind of join together with adaptable styles. Sorry about that. This team, you can play how you want. Possession, quick passing, counter-attacking. If you want to sit back and defend, and then let the absorb the pressure and do 1 attack a game with your pacey strikers, this will work. This is not just this team. This formation allows you to do that. Interchangeable. You can change the 2 camps in this exact team to be anywhere you want from those leagues. I mentioned earlier on, anywhere you want. So this makes this whole team very interchangeable and very, you could say, very unique. There's not many teams can change their players so easily, especially their cams. The only weakness was the slow centre backs. I wouldn't call it a major weakness. If you don't notice it too much, chuck a shadow on them both and they definitely improve. I have anchors right now. Shadows aren't really needed, I reckon, until you get to FUT Weekend League, where you're needing every little bit of ounce of pace. So that's it for this squad. 200k, I would recommend, if you have the coins and you're looking for a good squad, to give this one a try. I'm pretty sure you will not be disappointed. Joao Felix right now is a little bit increased because of winter watch. Maybe wait for him to drop back down. He should be about 10k normally max. Other than that, everyone else is fairly priced. Now I hope you enjoyed this squad builder review, if you want to call it that, or just overall squad builder, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.